Welcome to 10 Minutes on Note-Taking, Vocabulary, and Extra Practice. Quick reminder here, don't forget we've got over here in our Geometry folder, Chapter 11, we've got volume, surface area, videos. You can come in here, I got a whole bunch of them. Might have to put some of these into folders later while it slowly comes up. You can see 11.5, 11.6, 11.6 and 7, 11.7, 11.8, and some reviews at the bottom there, including composite solids. But back to our note-taking, vocabulary, and extra practice. Make sure you get these notes down. Notice here that our height, radius, and side can make a right triangle there if you need to do one of those. That's called the slant height on the side. I got it labeled over here, but that's the same thing over there. Area is, surface area is your base area of a circle, plus your lateral area, because we're talking about cones. I forgot to mention that earlier. Got another little diagram over here to look at too. Now, let's get on to some problems here. Notice these, not MMPs, this should be MP here. Page 642, number 1, those are extra problems you can practice on there. So we had surface area, base area, pi r squared, because it's a circle, plus lateral area, that's the sides, pi rl, there's more on that in the video. Volume of a cone, 1/3 base times height, 1/3 pi r squared. Your base is your pi r squared, if you notice that right there. That goes with that. Doesn't matter if it's oblique or if it's right. Another M, let's see, MMP. It's MPs. Have to look at the color. Again, you'll see our little right triangle right here. Okay, surface area, this is your base area, pi r squared, that's your circle formula, plus pi rl, that's the sides. L stands for slant height. You don't have to carry the units, I put them in here. You can, don't have to, don't worry about it if you don't. Most people don't, just add it at the end. You got to know it's square units though, don't forget about that, because it's area. Okay, so radius, that's going to be 3 squared, plus I got 3 for the radius. The slant height is 5. That is the diagonal height here too. That's not the vertical height, that's the slant height on the slanted side of that. That's going to give us 9 pi centimeters squared. 3 squared is 9, centimeters squared is centimeters squared. 3 times 5 for 15 pi. 9 and 15 pi equal 24 pi. Put 24 pi in your calculator. That comes out to 75.39822.369, which will round to 75.4 centimeters squared. Let's check it. Yes, we got that answer down here, so we're looking good. One thing I did forget to mention at the start of this was make sure you read the directions. We were looking for the surface area. I read that, didn't say it. That's really important because you've got 2 different things you could do with this diagram. Find the surface area or find the volume. You don't want to do correct work when something else is being asked for. 11.7 on this page, 3 and 4, find the volume of the cone this time we're looking at. So you got to pay attention to that. A right cone has a radius of 5 feet, a slant height of 13 feet. We're going to go to tenths on this one. You see in the blue here, I got it circled. You need to get the height. We got a 5 blank 13 right triangle. That's going to be 12 from our 5, 12, 13 Pythagorean triple. Those are always good to know. If you don't have those memorized, have them handy to look up. Start plugging in your numbers. Our radius is 5 feet, and that's going to get squared. Our height is 12. That's going to give me 5 times 5 squared is 25. 25 times 12 is 300. I got 1/3 times 300 pi feet cubed. That's going to be 100 pi feet cubed, which is going to be about 314.159265.4. We're going to round that to tenths today. 134.2 feet cubed. Again, feet cubed because it's volume. Number 5, I forgot to circle this one at the start. The right cone has a surface area of 440 square inches and a radius of 7 inches. Find its slant height. So these problems a little bit tougher. You got to use the formula. Make sure you get the whole formula down here. Don't skimp on this. Get the whole formula. Surface area equals pi r squared plus pi rl. That surface area equals the base area plus the lateral area. We know that our surface area is 440 inches squared. We know the radius is 7 inches. We need to find our slant height right there. We're looking for that. So I got pi times 7 inches squared plus pi times 7 inches times L. 7 inches squared, that gives us the 49 over here. So we got 49 pi. I subtract that 49 pi. So notice I got the 7 pi L over here. I just used a little associative and commutative property to rewrite that. Subtract 49 pi. I don't know why I did this. I'm going to erase this out like that real quick offhand. That's going to give me 391 pi. And I snuck the pi in on the 391 when you weren't looking there. So I got 7 pi L on the L. Again, the slant height is what we're looking for. I divide by 7 pi inches. Again, carrying the units here. You don't have to do that. It's a scientific thing to do. Inches squared over inches just leaves inches, which is what we expect the slant height to be in. 7 doesn't go into 391 nicely. So let's just divide that out. And I make a boo-boo. I should have paused this. 7, enter. Oops. I get 55.9. And let's check our answers. Are they down here? No, they're at the top. And I don't see my answer up there, so let's figure out what we did wrong here. Okay, here's my mistake. I didn't have a pi here. I had a pi here. I treated them like terms. They weren't like terms. I shouldn't have erased that number I had there before. So let's go back to that. Let's go back to that. Let's go back to that. Keep going back. One more. There it is. That's going to be our 440 minus 49 pi is 78.06. Divide by 7 pi. So I put that in my calculator. I get 13.00796086, or about, whoops, I need a different pen here. About 13.0 inches is equal to my slant height. One thing to be comment on here, 286.06 divided by parentheses 7 pi. When you put that in your calculator, you got to put that in parentheses. If you don't use the parentheses, it'll divide by 7 and multiply by pi. You won't get the right answer. Just a few seconds left for this last problem. This is a composite shape. Volume of a cylinder plus volume of a cone we have to do. Pi r squared h is our volume of the cylinder plus 1/3 pi r squared h. Notice those are the same. They're similar formulas there. They both use the pi r squared h. The cone just has the 1/3, similar to a pyramid. Mario talks about that in his videos that I posted. then we just got to fill in some values here. Volume equals pi. What's r squared going to be? That's going to be 2 squared. Our height is going to be 5 inches for the cone, or the cylinder, plus 1/3 pi. Same shape for the base, so it's the same radius. It's going to be 2 squared times the 4. That's going to be pi times 4 times 5 for 20 pi. Over here we're going to get plus and plus 1/3 pi. 4 times 4, so that's going to be 16 pi over 3, which is also 5 and 1/3 pi. So that gives us, what do we got here? 25 and 1/3 pi. Okay, and let's throw our units on here, inches cubed, before we forget. We multiply that out. That's going to come out to 79.59 inches cubed. I went a little over a minute over. Sorry about that. Try to shorten it up next time. Aloha.